this Buenos Aires, this April 5th, 2014, 11:20 local hour. It is a rainy day. I'm still on pajamas. And the clear thing around a lot of things, a lot of friends of mine will ever wonder. Why is this that I still remain here with the whole of the damages and destructions coming? Whenever I could ever try to, in a very other chances, having a very away from here and making what I should be doing. Well, the reality of this all is suddenly so weird for the normal reason and reasoning that's normally in the common sense of anybody. Whoever will just think, well, take your stuff, carry your own, make your life and just leave. Be you, be on your life, take care about yourself, responsible of your own, whatever you to do, whoever you to be you and get out. Easy. Well, at the senses of the reality of individual person from 9/11, anybody can say this to be the common sense. Further, this all, whenever all as I came on doing and giving and trying, the reason of my true being and my truth existing, delivers at my living days and making every moment as I go for whatever I to exist and survive and giving and trying, at the thinking not only about self person individually, I go making amazing things and being just amazing, but further individually, it is not only self-worrying and self-responsibility about the whole that we are through. So at the points of this all about who I am, this is not like I want to be here or I like it. I do not ever like anything in this. There exists this representative of government that already denounced and spit it in the face and qualified of what are, pardon again for the words, as misproper, as of course not so much liking, self-denigrating, and not proper for the name of Hashem, first of all for the love of us, and really on the viscerally vehemence that I will ever collect it all through this long years of damages, destructions, and the whole abominations of my generation and everyone that I love. And even on my own, not that I don't, but understood. So suddenly comes and happens this clear thing, clear fact. I know who I am. I got more than a responsibility about my own and for my own. If anybody comes and says to me, you go and do what I tell you because of I kill them all if you don't, I cannot say, okay, arrange yourself and just let them. Go ahead, kill them all. So Lord is gonna save them after. World falls in pieces and I just go away and all okay. And so hilarious, everything passes through you. You're the megalomaniac's core of the world. The inchkibitli sihihi. Snake dance that generates all a conscience dikta matla inkata. A conscience that inka. Understand? I'm sorry, the lymphi. Which will be really conscious about all that they do, and they go for so snaky damn hell excrements. So what the reality of this all is, the clear thing. My Yiddish mama, thinking that I am a so fragile demon person, and so destroyed, inducted, and besmirched over nothing she understood on me, and the misappropriation consciously for the use her, for the making me this, and not only me. And with this all, in the same schemes of this degenerate officialism kirchners, and a whole sodom of them, which steal for words and making the same all up, and forging and lying and any kind of a crap, the idea completely were citing me. Nothing I to reach, nobody to reach me out, nobody to see my truth, and nobody to can corroborate who I am and what I do. Destroy me complete and doesn't let no traces about my person, about the reality I am, and I've done, and I cave, and I exist. So anybody will ever say that nothing that they said will ever be lying, and gives on murdering and destroying, for I am like a warranty for them. Sodoma degenerates 666 succeed over the grand whore evangelics of them, making a war to me, making the hottest bogus the profanity of the degeneration, which is supposed to be my believers, for the machinery of themselves. Train it for the making this degenerations, and up and forging, misappropriating, and using my mother, and manipulating all around for this same picture. Cited, isolated, nothing to reach, nobody reaching out, nobody to corroborate, nobody to see, nothing to do, no go away except, like I said, to International Criminal Court, Your Honor. If at least Adonai to giving me the strength for the from coaster to coaster crawl styling, I will ever have the strength to go all over the oceans, that will be awesome. But that's the picture that I got. From coaster to coaster, crawl styling, and Adonai to give me strength. This is my reality now. So if I will ever have even the chances to reach out anything with nobody to get murdered, and if I will ever have the weight of the whole of the destruction this abomination have done on me and a lot of other people, and taking my complete existence away from here, and anybody to bear this, at least Adonai do not making the inshgadledech slumchet. Suddenly the reality of this is Adonai. Schledrech had the siminites boonach bekus en gatis babatik. So if I will ever reach out something, I will go. Set my mother, my family back, and behind everything, they will get behind my way, the same the whole around here. Ends to rape, murder, rob, destroy, genocide all around here. Takes my mother, makes with my mother, with my family, the whole of the families, roughs them everything up, devastates everything, makes the Bishkidi Kalaticha, Secret of State of Argentina, https www. Fueron, son y serán degenerados y abominables, y así las muertes les fueron selladas por los siglos. Shala.int F8. Last key and last ICC is BLYTT that I sent. Last key here in my account. And at the facts of this all, I will go So whatever to reach out, and whenever I put my feet in airport, any other land, bodies goes around and you are in jail for terrorism this, terrorism that, crimes against humanity this, crimes against humanity that, you have done this, you have done that Argentina reclaims for the comparison of you in front of the courts. No one, brothers of hell, that will never happen. You are under arrest, you go back to wherever you came from, and you are going to be for justice, and whenever they to end with you, you are going to come over here and we are going to end with you. For what you've done here, the day says. The reality is, devastates everything, delivers me into the degenerates this, and the ending this here with me will be making the whole abominations that they want to do with me, cutting me in pieces, and there will end with me, that they says gotta be end with a peace of mind in the whole of the nations to blame God, saying that with my genetics I can dust to dust, ashes to ashes, hell to hell, and heaven to heaven. Spotline afti malvadeski, avaletrat echachad sachini milati eshkavarling echachadian. So delirious, so schizophrenic, so megalomaniac, so bipolar. Suddenly I am smiling, and suddenly I come and I wanna kill ya. And suddenly I am, oh my God, so beautiful. And suddenly I am so like, son of a, right? Bipolar. About the whole reality that we suffer every day, and at every moment this disgusting machinery of sodomakis making abominations all the time, and telling that I were okay on the whole night, and since last night, on April 4, around 20:30, Buenos Aires in jail, and blowing, air falls around, and sorry the perverse of them, but it is textual. Small, mid, big, huge, all around. And I were so happily ever after, and still doing that all night. Skadremadida sahidi tasman incha sahembo palikdik kespet anacha heldi asahim. So the reality of this all is exactly what we are through. Whenever the right moment to come, I advise everybody, as still for the world that we have, we still struggle around, not for any other, but for war of the same God himself in person. Be brave enough, be smart enough, as wise enough. And one thing more, as the last International Criminal Court that I said about giving nourishing advisements and everything else is, there is one last thing I want to tell you, please. Spät alticha instinatakti. There is this special substances that it will be good you to have homemade, which will ever release you from any kind of psychotropics, suppressive, blockers, and any other which normally these are hating about making to the people. Do not get in panic for this, do not get in a very out of your mind. Please try to stay easy, pray a little bit, and let's try to make something good for the survival of us. We know who these are, we know what's happening already, and this is not a joke, and I don't need to kill nobody, neither kill myself. Let's be as templated as possible we can be. Let's be called off on the whole reality is, don't get in panic, pray, be safe, be smart, grow the situation, mature what we are through. Don't get on the point of this. Let's ahead the reality, please. Let's pray to God and Adonai will be with us even at the worst of the moments, if there will ever happen. God still is with us. And this will still happen. Whenever ons Kabli Chachidi, Adonai is going to be with us. So this is what I give you today. And I can let you know this special thing of this way about somebody perhaps once I believe. Letretish men enchasa inlit galati mocha sahopulu achnish kat inkat enchadasim. Watch the insot lebet chanasis lisha bachosi inumu taladich das insidimin alik. Spelaklich tesos wordt aan niet aan shecho niet aan kablet aan de shochan ontlamin. Galakrema bedecha. You can yourself being sitting and making a very cultivation for it with a simple, you have any pot around with some ground and you make your own special dashki krachi, essentially like if spices or spices, sorry, spices, spices. My God. Well, the reality of this is simple. Making a bottle dish diadanicha sahin dikil bidasha ta onkublecha sahin. Sledi kashva pamelecha sachili isha inachadi bel in petresti silesha chadesachidi smilabinim. Dus opletten bij heilat is het in kiedlede in mijn echt met de gata fatit es luur in die is memchlede. Dus wat luda ja es wij niet met retika es wat genoeg daar zijn. Ach luus leg liep dat woord met ans merk die simidus die moet aan klootweg de pensie linditi en belettelijk klose ontest anti schmiedinga. Slientre soelach nishita soelidre sich in sovinot logicentra ver enda saemshri. Goervidach litin vildas gita pushmotladi concentrated. Yes. Isbertle dichtia se in botluk in kesmetladi geensof nizun. Letter in betra dis akle geensi in mortal death and tchad. Sahid, up the morning with the breakfast, and whenever you go to bed, far from the dinner, go to tzechasi, a very soup spoon portion. Let I see that I nesachal shachidi vintal nesantish bottle nechadis, cleans. That probelecha sacheshecha dismetabolizes and makes the whole dishmokla dichedi. Goes in a very increasing days in a restoring the whole of the system as neural, as vascular, as the botanechi. And this can be really good also with bacalao oil, the shvotlamania chasechat or robalo oil. Skepli die gezien talbent aan de skotle de gisachanidin gives you the reality of the right clear synapses and you get easy, you can reflex, you get in senses, you are clear, you are alright. Watch the same sopri perfect tradition slu en kat nemeshlicha elat isin chadasit minti galmet acha soetmat. Skepler kachas. De bantikod let antishmot lache noat imien. Slodash chadechedi kilesh manacha eliminates the whole of the density tishmot ledecha desavni. Cyanodics dividika tishmot ledecha chadi. Nitrotic tishmot ledecha nevelvati sacha shetafnot eliminates the whole of the bins didianitikish katimot letika from polymelef ichhosolata. Nasot lebeti en fot lebeti deskaniti en sachalata smot bovorosi asecho. And anything like episode souls and smortaleti monosouls and the family complete of the density of menemenesi patige clears completely evenly in. So whatever the reality that you understand, you are not a sick person, and you understand you don't have to go through. And if you have any situation that you understand that there is not normal, and you get clear that you're suffering for any reason, any kind of a reason, I'm telling you, psychiatry is not a very, like psychiatry says, with a pardon for the ones that works respectfully. And understanding the ones that understood and with psychiatry went to the right essences for this. So I'm telling you neurologically again. So whatever you see you suffering, you don't have no way out, and you are suffering too much, make a link call over Deshkat del Antrachim that in Tactichat as the liaison office Caden, and wonder please for Dr. Spelders or Dr. Cowan. They are going to be under custody. They are going to try to give and help for any condition. And the reality of this is you to understand that even if only by medicine, you are going to have a very medicine which will provide you most than ever healed containing and not suppressive, healed containing and helping you, not like the regular classic poisons. And even at the chances as can be handled, the possibility to try to getting better, the state for the heal, and not like taking meditation. For whatever it is to be at the night, to be with us and to help us all, and we can do something to survive the reality that we go through. Have a night to be with us. And about in the real facts, yes, I am totally destroyed and I am totally suffering, not only for myself. And my moments of the blah blah and any other is exactly so much damage as I'm having, and the problem is Deshki Belachti Chachim Bedina. Avona is going to make the child in the right time. But during the whole harms I and every one of us we are having. Gerro Shechi Bibin Telmita Nachachelu Shef and Hadit Sheikh. Avona is going to do the right job at the right moment. And I love Adonai with my complete existence and forever. The same every one of ours. Adonai bless the wholest testimony of his name as ever he just fair, clear, where is and will be forever. And he said would. And bless completely everyone of you testimony. Respect us. And Adonai be with us. I am Alejandro Blanco from Buenos Aires at this April 5th, 2014, Saturday, for the world. Inshka Daima, for the Noir ages. 11:24, Buenos Aires hour.